I just stepped out of the courtroom and tensions were extremely high on day 14 of the Diddy trial. Prosecutors accusing Diddy's attorney, Brian Steele, of yelling at and humiliating Diddy's former assistant, Mia, who's on the stand today, telling the judge that if he continues cross-examination in this way, he could deter other witnesses in other trials from testifying. Now, the judge actually sided with Brian Steele, saying that he didn't hear him yelling or using sarcasm, but he did warn Brian about using questions that he felt were just for the jury to hear. And one of those questions that the judge shut down was when Brian Steele asked Mia if she got a lawyer in 2024 just to join the Me Too money grab against Combs. Now, the Me Too movement was at the center of this cross-examination, with Brian Steele referencing it many times. And the reason he keeps bringing it up is because during her testimony, Mia said that in part, the reason why she never told anyone that she got essayed by Diddy is because there was no Me Too movement at the time, and, quote, who would believe me? But then Brian Steele had Mia read text message after text message that she sent after 2017, where she is showing Diddy love up until 2023. Brian Steele showed in court one text message from November 4th of 2023, just 2 weeks before Cassie filed her bombshell lawsuit in which Mia was wishing Diddy a happy birthday. Now, Mia says she has no recollection of this text message. In this text message, Mia includes a picture of her and Diddy's wearing some sort of Santa costume, and he is grabbing his private parts, and Mia is in a tutu standing right next to him. But it was during a brief break, probably 2.5 hours into the cross-examination, that prosecutors lashed out at Brian Steele. This time, the jury is not in the courtroom. The prosecutor stands in front of the judge and says, at this point, we have sat through hours of humiliating cross-examination. The prosecutor said that Brian Steele has used sarcasm, has yelled at the witness, and said things like, God forbid, when repeating her words. They said in front of the jury, he's insinuating that she is lying, and said at this point, if we continue like this, we are crossing into prejudice and harassment. And at this point, to me at least, it sounded like the prosecutor was getting choked up when she said, victims from other cases will see how this victim is being treated and refuse to testify. She goes on by saying, we need to protect this victim and we will continue to object. And boy, did they. After almost every question that Brian Steele asked, the prosecutors objected. Now, the judge actually backed Brian Steele. He said, I didn't hear any sarcasm or yelling or inappropriate questioning. And to him, when Brian Steele said, God forbid, before repeating the witness's words, he felt like he was sympathizing, not harassing. The judge also did sustain a good amount of the prosecution's objections, and they had numerous sidebars. All right, I'm heading back inside now, but I will have more updates later.